You're scanning an email while something else loads on your screen. It's long, formal, full of language you recognize but don't quite parse. Near the bottom, a sentence jumps out. If you have no objections, we'll proceed as outlined. You don't reply. Nothing feels decided. Later you realize that line wasn't informational, it was the decision. That's the paradox. You didn't agree to anything new. You just didn't interrupt the momentum. The first version looks harmless. A contract amendment. A revised scope. Updated terms attached for awareness. Most of it repeats what you already know. The change is subtle. A shifted responsibility, a tightened condition, a date pulled forward. You tell yourself you'll come back to it. You don't. Days pass. Then the follow-up arrives, shorter this time. Thanks. We'll proceed as discussed. You don't remember discussing it, but the chain is clean. The document, the silence, the confirmation. What you thought was passive reading is now recorded acceptance. The second scenario happens in a meeting. Someone shares their screen and scrolls quickly. A bullet point changes wording halfway through the slide. This reflects where we landed, they say. You hesitate. It sounds close enough. Correcting it would slow things down. You let it go. Later, when that wording is enforced exactly as written, the room feels smaller. The slide deck is circulated. The minutes quote the line precisely. You weren't misquoted. You were outpaced. What mattered wasn't whether you liked the change. It was whether you stopped it when it was framed as already settled. The third version is the quietest of all. An online account update. A notice banner you skim because it looks routine. By continuing, you accept the revised terms. You continue, not because you agree, because you want to get where you were going. Months later, when something breaks, you discover which version of the rules applied. Not the one you remember, the one you pass through without friction. Across all of these moments, the mechanism is the same. Acceptance doesn't arrive with ceremony. It arrives disguised as continuity. The system doesn't ask whether you noticed, it only records whether you interrupted. The law isn't trying to trick you here, it's doing something colder. It's treating process as intention. If a change is presented as the default path, not resisting it becomes meaningful. Not objecting becomes a signal. Silence becomes alignment. That's why these lines are written the way they are. Polite, reasonable, assumptive. They don't demand your agreement. They glide past it. And the person most exposed isn't careless. It's the person who trusts flow. The one who believes decisions announce themselves clearly. Because the line you didn't challenge wasn't waiting for your approval. It was waiting to see whether you'd slow it down.